Good evening and welcome back to Capital Industry with me, Jenny. In our last episode, we're going to have our very first Arc Furnace Mark IIs up and running, which is going to lead us to a runaway situation. We're going to have a whole lot more Arc Furnace Mark IIs that are up and running because we have a small waste problem. Just a tiny waste problem. I have too much slag, I have too much exhaust, and I also don't have enough coal. And Arc Furnace Mark IIs fix all those problems. But I also need to solve those problems individually with a couple of extra bits and pieces, which means I need to ask you a very important question before we get into today's wasteful episode, and that is, can I borrow a like? I just like to borrow a like. I like to borrow a like early in the video. If you're not happy with the video, you didn't enjoy the video, well, the good news is my X is now available, so you can go deal with the slag instead. All right, today we're going to be dealing mainly with slag. There's a couple of things I want to do first. First off, Mr. Shippy, I'd like you to head out to the world map. I'd like you to repair that eventually, but I want you to go kill that first. All right, we've downloaded all the parts for the uranium mines, so they're on board, which means I'm also going to clean sweep that. It's just we went and killed things. All right. On top of that, research. We are not going to worry about any new research, well, any of the existing research for just a minute, but I do want to jump into the research tree. We do have an extra vehicle limit, which we've already researched. We're doing maintenance output right now. After that, I want to get housing capacity. The reason I want to get housing capacity, 5% extra housing capacity is about 300 people, which means it's less houses I need to build. On top of that, I wouldn't mind getting into tree growth speed. We'll come back and cover that in a little bit, but 19,000 is technically fairly cheap compared to well, how the price of things are going to go. I also want to add more vehicles so I can just not worry about research for a little while. With that done, I want to close that and delete me has low supply coal. Cool. Well, that's the second place I need to go. First place I need to go is all the way across to it's not marked. Cool. Is all the way across to you. I want to get 5 extra vehicles because I have the ability to make 5 extra vehicles, so we're going to get those out and rolling. All right. Next thing I want to deal with is, well, coal. So I'm burning through a lot of coal in a whole lot of smelters, and the easiest way to fix that is upgrade you to, well, an arc furnace. If you're in an arc furnace, you're going to use graphite instead, but actually need an arc furnace Mark II, because the arc furnace Mark I is only going to output 24 molten glass, whereas the blast furnace did 48. So I need you to upgrade it again. To do that, I need to have some of these guys. We don't have any of at the moment, but because I fixed the silicon problem, in theory, we're going to catch up on electronics too in just a minute. But it also means that I need to have the water and the steam. Can I plug those pipes in? Can I get those pipes done as well? And can I get that pipe and that pipe? Cool. That's going to hook that into the existing system if I get that done as well. And that. Cool. All right, so I want to upgrade all 3 of these, but I need to... Oh, good, you're being done. Excellent. Can I upgrade you, you, and you? And then I need to upgrade you, you, and you again. Yes, to go to a arc furnace from a blast furnace, it's a straight upgrade. It's actually a free upgrade. And to go to the next level, well, you need to have a few more components. All right, I need to have you have the new recipe. Your new recipe is going to be this one and this one, which means you need to have the water. We've already plugged in the water. We also don't need the coal belt anymore. So can I get rid of the coal belts, the coal belt, the coal belt, and the coal belt? Okay, you do need to have graphite, which I've already, hopefully, found the one belt that's not built and got that up and running. Okay, so I need to have, no, I need to have not that button. I'm going to go into there. I need a flat lift. Flat lift needs to go from here up to the graphite belt. And can I have you, plus you, plus you, plus, I can't put that there because there's a sorter in the corner, but I can put you there instead. Okay, can I plug that into there? Can I plug that into there? Can I plug that into there? And can I plug that into there? All right, and then I just need to have all of those built. And then I need you to be physically upgraded, you to be physically upgraded, and the recipes to be copied across to all of them. All right, with that done, I want to remove that because they're important for maintenance. And you're done. I need the last 2 done as well. Okay, can I do those 2 as well? All right. That's going to do 2 things. 1, it's going to cut down on my coal usage. 2, it actually cuts down the exhaust. If we look at an oil furnace, you output 36 exhaust. You only output 12. Massive saving right there. But I'm going to end up having to deal with exhaust no matter what. Okay, so with those guys done, they're now processing. It means I also need to deal with slag. Slag, I have a small problem. And the problem with slag is, well, if we look at our furnaces, I have 4, 8, 12 for iron. Plus I have another 4, so we'll call that 16, 20, 23. 23 total smelters doing either copper or iron, both of which output slag. And if I go 23 multiplied by 18, that's 414 slag before I get to the glass, which then adds another, well, 24 each. So we'll call that 50, another 100. So I have a 500 slag on this belt that only moves 450, which is a bit of a problem. So what I need to do is I need to put a disconnection in there. Can I get you removed? And then can I have the belt? Not what I want to do. Okay. Ship was fully prepared. Cool. Can I send Mr. Shippy Shippy out to deliver that cargo? Can I go back to where we were? All right, I want to grab our slag belt. Our slag belt needs to come from here out to... Nope. Can I roll you backward then? Yes, into there. Okay, can I remove that part? Can I get you built? And then can I grab our slag belt? Our slag belt needs to come out here. I need to have a second slag belt, and we're going to be running through to, unfortunately, this pipe where it runs into the pipe. And then can I just chop out that bit of pipe and remove that? And then link that slag belt into there. I know, I've just merged the two slag belts. Well, I've separated the two slag belts, then merged them back together, which means I've done absolutely nothing. But that's fine, because we're going to also disconnect that again, and then bring our other slag belt down to... Come on. Oh, no, I want... Okay, no, I need you to connect into there. I need this one separated. Yeah, no, I need to have you come out one more tile. Can I have... Build, place. Destroy, place. Thank you. All right, I need to have you. I need to have you come to height number 3. Okay, 3 should get me through to here. And then we'll have you face that way. Great. Can I remove that part? Can I get a lift? I need a U-shaped lift, and we're going to bring this up to here. Cool. With that done and that done, we come under here. And then can I grab my belt? I have my belt stick out just a little bit so I don't lose it. And then can I grab another lift? You're going to go up to height number 2. And then from there, I want to take my slag and I want to merge it in with this slag belt here. Okay. Which then merges back into the original belt. So now I have definitely just, well, separated the two belts to then merge them back together. But once we've got to here, I can then make a brand new belt from this location, bring this under the exhaust and the chlorine, bring this through this gap, under the existing slag belt to here, and then get under limestone. After we get under limestone, I want to duck over to the slag belt itself, and then duck under the slag belt to height number 2, which then we can come up to height 4, so I can get vehicles under here, and we can bring it across to here. Okay, then we can go back to existing slag belt and just follow right beside it until we merge back with the corner. Okay, can I get that part built? Can I then come back to here and disconnect this part? Okay, so now I have 2 slag belts again. All right, with us having 2 slag belts again, I then come to here, whereupon I have 1 slag belt again. And then with my 1 slag belt, I want to disconnect that. So then we have 2 belts again. And then we're going to follow you directly to there and then come underneath the existing slag belt once again. Can I do that 1 tile shorter? I can do that 1 tile shorter. Does that stop trucks? Probably not. Probably. Actually, they're already probably blocked. I'm gonna have to fix that. Okay. Can I come to here? And then can I follow the existing slag belt all the way through to here? Can I remember this being... It's the new belt or the old belt? I can't remember. Can I plug you into there? Okay. Alright, so that's our slag move from A to B. We already know that we had 400 on 1, which is the belt going to here. This belt has about 400 on it, which is then merging with this, which already has too much on it. Okay, I need to separate that again, because you guys are doing 36 each, so we have too much still. I need that one to merge with that one, or I need to take the excess from one and put it on the other. Let's do that. Can I have you removed? Can I have you removed? Can I have a U-shape? No, can I have that go away, please? Can I have a U-shape balancer? Can I have you go here? Can I remove just a little bit from this? And can I have that go into here? And then can I have the excess go back to the original belt? Cool. All right, build that, build that, build that. You and the priority out. So we have this belt. This belt is guaranteed to have 450 on it. And power? Power is great to me. You're Pro 5. You shouldn't be without power. I think you're just broken. Okay. All right, so we have this belt. This belt's guaranteed to be full. It's coming down here, it's coming down here, and it's full, but then it has this belt merging with it. This is the belt from our little chew that brings in the slag from our gold. We haven't talked about how much slag we're getting from that either, and the answer is far too much. Okay, with that all coming down here, I now need to talk about our ship. Our ship is exporting our slag, and if we just look at our contract is 3750. So we have 3750 that we're exporting. And how often are we exporting that? We're exporting that every 6 months, because that's how long the ship takes to travel. Plus, we need to load the ship. The ship needs to have 750 in it, and we are loading 250 per month. So that means I'm taking 3 months to load the ship, which means I need to divide that by 9. So that means that currently, the way this ship's set up is only going to be able to move 416 per month. As I already know, I have a full 450 belt plus more coming into it. That's not good enough for us. So I have two options. I can either remove this, which means we then do the whole trip in 3 months less, which means I can then move 625 per month, or my second option is I can load the ship faster. You currently are loading the ship at a rate of 250, but if we go into cargo docks and we look at a large dock, we'd then be able to load the ship at 500 per month. As the ship takes 750 per module, that means it would take us 1.5 months to load the ship. So if we go with pause, if we go with the 6 months for the ship to travel plus 1.5 months to move the ship, load the ship, that means I can do 500. And all I have to do is upgrade these to large modules. It's going to save me diesel, and it's going to instead cost me a tiny bit more maintenance along with a tiny bit more people. Can I have you upgraded? And then can I just swipe all those? Yes. And swipe those? Yes. Great. Can I have a look at this? All right. So now we go for using 5 people. We also need 2.6 maintenance rather than 1.9 maintenance for the duration it's running. Gotta remember, you're only running for 1.5 months, whereas you're running for 3 months. So realistically, you are going to be using 1.9 times 3, we're going to call it 6. You're now using 2.6 times 1.5. So technically 2.6 times 1.5 is 4 maintenance. Technically it's using less maintenance. It is using more power, but again, it's only when it's running. What I do need to do is I do need to plug a second belt so we get twice as much slag moving the system. That's going to bring me to a new problem. The new problem being, of course, I now have a 1,500 sour water, which I need to consume in 7.5 months, which means I need to consume 200 per month. I don't think the current system can consume that fast enough. If we go double check and we look at these guys, I have, 4 of these guys. As part of the normal oil build. Technically 3 of them are going to be required to just deal with the oil that we have. 1 can deal with the little bit of extra sour water you get from other sort of side projects, like making graphite. So that means I have 4 of them. 4 of them can deal with 36 each. 36 multiplied by 4 is definitely not 200. So I need to deal with a little bit of sour water. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to come over here and hang on, we're going to deal with some problems. Okay, you're fine. I ignore you. You're out of fuel. You're out of fuel because you're out of fuel. You're out of fuel because you're out of fuel because you're out of fuel because I hit pause on the pipe rather than build on the pipe. Okay, can I build on the pipe? Build on the pipe. Okay. All right. So you should have oil running, fuel running that way. This one is the one I'm hoping will run out of fuel sooner or later. That's been disconnected and that's been disconnected. Great. Can I remove that? Can I remove that? And can I remove that? Cool. I'm just moving things around. All right. Aussie Viking has no... What? How did you guys find sand? Oh, okay, because you're digging there. Okay, can I just assign you to also use that sort of? Problem solved. All right, because you guys got a little bit eager and dug a little bit of sand. All right, and iron ore. Iron ore is still a problem. I have added in a second belt for unloading, which is definitely facing the wrong way, which is probably not helping. And on top of that, the truck's doing their best to support things and bring across iron ore. On top of that, I know we got 2 more trains right here. So in theory, that should solve itself hopefully fairly soon. Limestone tower is just because we're short on trucks, but I did add 5 extra dump trucks, so hopefully they can catch up with things. Yes, a lot of trucks are starting to empty that box. And we're randomly throwing stuff in here, and this needs to be covered with dirt still, and we're throwing stuff in here. Can I sort of want to cancel that, but I don't want to cancel that. Okay, we're just going to leave it. I'll get to it. So you're fine, you're fine. The fuel should sort it. No, you need to go that way. Okay, the fuel will sort itself out now, and I can then go back to our slag problem. Okay, what I want to do is I want to build right now on camera the whole build that is going to be available to blueprint as a blueprint to patrons if you're interested to deal with sour water. And I want to deal with an awful lot of sour water. So I want to have one of these. I'm going to need one of those to process sour water. That is going to obviously turn that into fertilizer, which means I want to have a way to turn the ammonia into fertilizer Mark 1. I also want to turn our fertilizer Mark 1 to our fertilizer Mark 2. If I get more fertilizer, I get more farms. More farms make more food. More food makes more people more happy. Also, Mr. Shippy Shippies live that. Can I have Mr. Shippy Shippy go out and kill that one? Can I also, as you're overloaded with crap, upgrade the sulfur mine? Cool. And... no, wrong button. Okay, so you're going to put 320 parts in there. That works for me. All right, so over here. I don't have these 3 items. No, I also need to have an air separator, so we have enough oxygen coming in the system. And that should be our components. All right. You should now be able to deal with the slag that we have in the bucket, and the bucket should get emptied. Can I put a notification on there if you ever get actually above 75%? Above 75% is probably a problem. It probably means I need to look at it. And one other thing I want to do is we want to adjust sour water. So currently sour water is all of it's being sent to the oil, the current oil rig. I want to keep doing that, but I want to have an overflow. So if sour water cannot go to oil, okay, can we go straight up, please? R and straight up 5 tiles, thank you. And can I plug that in there? Great, can I build that? And you're going to be the priority out. Cool. If for whatever reason it can't go into the existing oil build, it's going to come after a new little build. And that was Mr. Shippy Shippy who found me an oil rig. All right, so what I want to do is I want to have these guys. Now, these guys produce 9 ammonia. That's the magic number we're looking for because I want to have a good ratioed build. So I'm producing 9. You are going to consume 24. But if I take, remove all that, take 9, multiply by 8 of them. So if I have 8 of them, I'd have 72. If I had 72 and I divided by 24, that means I'd have, well, 3 of these guys. So I didn't have 8 of these and I have 3 of these. If I have 3 of these, I'm now going to produce potentially, if I'm using the organic fertilizer, which is a no-brainer too, I'm going to produce 3 lots of 90. So now I have 3 times 90, which then I need to consume, which means I need to consume that down at a ratio of 60 each, which means I need 4.5 of these guys. So I need 4.5 of these guys, and I need a system that's going to work. So what we're going to do is we're going to start here. I'm going to start with you, plus I'm going to start with you. Okay, after I have you two, I want to grab myself a couple of bits and pieces. So first bits and piece I want is going to be a belt. I'm going to bring the sulfur out. Sulfur is going to come to there, and it's going to come to there. That's all I need to do with sulfur, but I also need to do the same with the ammonia. I need to deal with the ammonia. So the ammonia is going to come out, and it's going to go like that. Okay, with that done, and those two put together, that's 2 of them. I need to have 8 of them total, so that's going to be 4, and 4 is going to be 8. Cool. All right, I need to bring in 36 sour water multiplied by 8 of them, being 288. So we're going to grab a pipe. It's going to have to be a Mark 3. And we're going to bring our sour water straight in here. So this can process 288 sour water, which means this should cover us probably, for most people, right until the end game. Okay, some people, you know, they go a little bit extreme. They might need 2 of these builds, but that's the whole point. We can put together 1, and if it's not enough, we can duplicate it and have 2. All right, so I need to take in sour water. On top of that, I need to have steam. I need to have 3 times 8 worth of steam, which is 24 steam, and we're going to get that from electric boiler. Why? Because it's convenient. So can I bring this pipe through to here? Okay, once it gets to here, can I bring it over to there and then down and into there? Great. Can I have you come out, up, and into there? Great. And then can I have you come out, up, and into there? And then can I have you come out, up, and into there? Great. That's our steam dealt with. And can I move you out of the way? Can I have, very quickly, can I have you come electric boiler? Can I put the electric boiler here? Here, and we're just going to take the steam and plug that in there. Okay, you need to be producing 24 steam, which is going to be that one. On top of that, I need to have a bucket. I need to have a bucket to store the water in. Can I put the bucket there? You only need a very skinny pipe in. You need to have water, and no matter what, to prime the system, I'm going to have to turn that on so we can actually import some water to start this system up and running. Okay, can I extend that out so we know that's the input? All right, next thing I need to do is I need to deal with, the ammonia. I need to take all the ammonia, I need to join all the ammonia together, and I then need to turn it into our fertilizer. We're going to be doing that over here, I think. Yeah, can I move that out of the way? Can I pick this whole thing up and can I move it here? All right, can I have you plus you plus you? Yep. And then no, I need to see a few more belts in place and stuff. But all right, ammonia. I want to have my ammonia pipe. It's going to be at height number 2, so it's going to sit above this, and it's going to come over to here. Once it gets to here, it's going to go to here. And then, no, it's going to go to here, I hope. 1, 2, 3. I need 3 of you guys. I also need to have 4 of you guys. So can I put you there? Can I put you there? Well, 4.5 of these guys. Can I put you there? Can I put you there? Can I put you there? You are much more this width. Okay. So can I put you on that side? Can I put this to this side? That's up. Okay, so can I bring my ammonia, which is at height number 2. So we're going to keep this at height number 2. I want to move it from different heights if I can avoid it. And we're going to park you there. Okay, so can I have the ammonia? The ammonia needs to come into this, plus into this, plus into this. Great, that's it. That's done. Nice and simple. All right, oxygen. I don't have oxygen from these guys, which we're going to put right about here. And can I have the oxygen come out and go into this guy, plus this guy, plus this guy, and then can I join all those oxygens together? Okay. Can I have waste management? That's the one. Can I have you? Can I have you? You, and can I have you? Excellent. All right, so that's those 3 put together. All right, next I need to deal with poopy water, because that's the wrong height. Remove. Okay, can I have you come through at height number 2? That's 3. Okay, 2. Thank you. All right, 2 to here, to here, to here. Cool. And then you go away, and you get plugged in there instead, and then you get plugged in there. Okay. PP water. I don't have PP water. PP water is going to come through here at height number 1. Why? Because it just slides right through the middle, and then it's going to come over here, and then drop into there, and plug into that one. And also plug into that one. Okay, so that's everything worked out to here. We now have Fertliser Mark 1 coming out, and that's going to need a 270. That's going to need a Mark 3 pipe. Okay, Mark 3 pipe is going to be on the ground, and it's going to come to here, and then it's going to go to. Actually, it's not going to go on the ground. It's going to go to height number 3, I think, and then go to here. Cool. All right, can I have you? That's going to be not work for me. Cool. Can I have you? You. Stop it. There to there to there. Great. Can you plug into that one and can you plug into that one? Okay. Whilst we're on this side, can we also deal with sulfur? Sulfur needs to come out and then go over here and then go to this point and then go that way. Also need to grab that bit of sulfur. And I also need to grab that bit of sulfur, which I want to bring down to here and merge together. And then I want to grab that bit of sulfur. On top of that, I have clean water I need to deal with. Clean water we have 20, 40, 60, 80. So a Mark 2 pipe's going to be fine. Can I bring water out to here? Here, please. Thank you. Can you go to there? Can you go to there and there? Great. On this side, can I have the exact same? So can I have water come out to here? Can I have you go to here, 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 then there, and then also there? Great. That should be everything done, except I haven't actually plugged in the ammonia. Can I grab the ammonia? Can I have you go into that pipe? Can I have you go into that pipe? Can I have the ammonia go into that pipe? And then can I have the ammonia go into that pipe? Unfortunately, got to wait for the next update for Cabinet History. If I had the next update of Cabinet History, I can start upgrading the pipes, even though they're ghosts. But that's not here yet. All right, next thing I need to do is I need to put in a fluid. Can I get a balancer right here? Can I put my balancer... That's going to be awkward. Okay, I need to move you over by tile. I mismeasured by 1 tile. It's always annoying when that happens. Okay, can I put you to there? All right, I need to have my water. My water needs to come out, up to height number 2, and into there. Sure, that works. Okay, follow these blueprints. Some of these pipe runs are a little bit neater, but that's besides the point. All right. I want you to priority output into this tank. I need to have this tank full of water so we can make steam, so we can actually run the system. Excess water from this whole system is going to go in here, whereupon we'll take the excess water and we'll dump it into, well, the network, and we'll also make sure that tank's full. All right, so and now I have my sulfur, plus I have my Mark 1 fertilizer. I need to have these guys. These guys need to have a 2-tile gap from the belts, but I also need to make some changes, minor changes. That being, I need to have a couple of balances. So first off, ammonia. I need to have a balancer on the ammonia, so I need to remove that, and I need to put you here. Cool. I also need to have a balancer on the sulfur, which means I need to remove that one and that one. And can I loose? Can I put a balancer in ground level right there? Okay. I need to bring in sulfur. Sulfur's going to go into this one, plus it's going to go into that one, then it's going to go into that one, and then into that one, and then the excess is going to come in here. But I said I need 4.5 of them. So I need to only run this at half speed, but also on top of that, I need to make sure that should something go wrong and I just have too much sulfur, I have a way to dispose of the sulfur. So you're actually going to have 2 recipes, and actually I think you're going to go on this side. You're going to have 2 recipes. You're going to also be potentially making slag. So I need to have that recipe assigned as well. It is the secondary recipe. That way, if I do not have enough, well, if I have too much sulfur and I don't have enough fertilizer Mark 1, you're just going to make me a whole lot of slag, and then the slag will go away. I said this episode before slag. Can I have you there, please? Thank you. Can I have you go there, there, there? Can I have you go there, there, and there? Okay. All right. So that's all my fertilizer Mark 1 plugged in my Mark 2. I also need to have limestone. So we need to come and grab some limestone, and you need to slide over 1 tile from memory. Okay, I haven't deleted that pipe back 1 tile. Can I have you go back 1 tile? Thank you. Can you come back in here? Can you go there? And can you go into there? Cool. All right, I need to have another belt. Another belt. This is going to be for my limestone, which needs to come in at height 2 and then pass right down the middle here. Okay. Please, let go. Go. Let go. There we go. All right. Can I get a U-shaped lift? You're going to go in there. 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 And you're going to go in there. Okay. That's my limestone dealt with. I also need to off this balancer down here that deals with sulfur. I need you to have a priority out, because at the end of the day, I want to be able to make sure that if I need to have the sulfur come out and do something like go into acid, I have access to the sulfur first. So I want to put you here, and then have another one over here, and we're going to have a tiny belt that goes from there through. Flip. Thank you. All right. I need to have a tiny belt that goes from here through to here. Great. Can I have a bucket? Bucket's going to go here, and and U and a B for sulfur. So this is always going to have sulfur in it. The idea is this bucket will always be full, and only after that bucket's full, we actually start making fertilizer. So can I have you priority output to there? All right, so you're going to fill up that bucket first. All right, next thing I need to do, or last thing I need to do, is I need to get me fertilizer out. I also need to deal with the excess ammonia. So the excess ammonia. Ammonia is going to be sent over here to make fertilizer Mark 1. But if I have a situation where I'm not using all the fertilizer Mark 1 for whatever reason, then I need a solution to get rid of the excess ammonia. I also technically need to have a balancer in here. Can I get, that's the pipe 1, right? Yes. Can I put you there? Can I have you prioritize out that way? But if that fails, we're going to have all fertilizer Mark 1 come out here. All right, so the excess ammonia, which comes out of this balancer here, I need to, and this is the easiest way to deal with it, I'm going to go into a flare. And this is going to be very simple. If you see fire, the system is broken and not working. You should probably investigate why there is fire coming out of your build. So you're going to go into there, and you are going to go into there. Otherwise, you're going to be prioritized to go into, the chemical plants to make a fertilizer Mark 1, which we can then convert into Mark 2. Okay, that should be everything, right? Water, inputs, outputs. No, I don't have outputs. Okay, outputs. You're going to output 72. So that means I need to have a pipe Mark 2. Yep. I need you to come to there and then up to pipe 4. Thank you very much. Yep. Can I remove that? Can I plug that in there? And then can I plug that in there? Okay. And then can I do the same on the other side, except you need to be slightly different. You need to go there, and then you need to come up to up. One more. Height 4. Thank you. Okay, you get to go there. I get to merge this one with this one, and then we get to go from here to that one, and then to that one. We're going to have to make that pipe bigger, but that is the core concept of our build. Okay, what do we have problems with? We have a truck who's struggling. I don't know what you're struggling with. You're not going to tell me, so we're going to ignore you. We have standby controls out. No place to dump products. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. You're stuck. That's what you're talking about. Okay, that's why you have no place to dump products. I think that solved that problem. Truck solved. Truck solved. We have a low supply of concrete slabs. That's because we're conquering the world. We have lots of vehicle parts 3. I know that. We're still short on poly. No, poly's getting there. And we're still short on electronics 2. But I think we're catching up. All right. And copper's fine. So you are all producing. Yes. And you're all producing, yes. Like all the arms are moving, so I think we're okay. I think we're just consuming them faster than we're making them, but that's okay. Once we catch up on servers, they'll come back on the amount of electronics 3 we're producing or consuming, and therefore that'll come back on the amount of electronics 2 we're consuming. All right. And I just saw that error message, which means I need to unpause that. It means this system's now full of water. All right. So what I want to do is I want to grab my sail water. Sail water is going to come out here. And can I have you, actually, can I have that one? And can I bring you up to height 5? Height 5 seems like a good number, because hopefully it means nothing gets in my way. Can I pop you over here? Can I pop you this way instead? Can I bring this straight through here, run into the oil tank? That's fine. We can pop around the oil tank. And then can I come out to, that seems like a really good spot. Okay, can I put you there? Okay. Can I cut the new build that we've just put together? Can I put this, say, here? I do love that there's something just hanging off the edge that I don't know what I don't know what I didn't pick up. Can I put you? Let's go there. That's straight. And can I cut that back? And can we go from here to here? Great. So this should be our little build. All right. Can I have you be built? Because I need you built first. And no, the trucks are all busy. Let's just do that. Just spend unity on the whole damn thing. All right, can I temporarily set you to be the high priority output? I want to see sail water over here. I want to actually look at this system running. All right, I need to upgrade some pipes, which is going to be that one plus that one plus that one plus that. I need to upgrade that and that. I need to upgrade that. I need to upgrade that and that, and an upgrade that and that. I think I'm still missing things, but that's what comes to the top of my mind. Okay, can I get those done? All right, so I need somebody to come put water in here. Somebody's in their way, which is great. That's all we need to start the system off. I also, now we have sail water, we can now make some steam from the water, therefore we can start this process running. I need to fill this bucket up with sulfur, which we're going to say cannot import. I want them importing sulfur. The idea is this is an export bucket. They can take sulfur from here and take it to things like, well, producing acid. All right, so then I need to plug this into everything else. So we need to have a couple of things. First thing I'm going to need to have is I'm going to need to have limestone. So limestone I happen to have right here. Can I grab a belt from limestone, bring you out? Can I go to here, let's say, and then I can't get up fast enough. Okay. Can I? Oh, maybe I can. Okay. Can I come to here? I can. All right. Can I go to? That's too far. Okay. I need to do that. Can I chop this back? Can I remove that pillar? Because I sort of need big trucks to be able to get through and under there. That's the whole reason this is at height number 4. Okay. So can I go to there? All right. Can I run this here, and then my build's right here. Can I go to that black line? Seems good enough. And I need to bring this into that belt. Okay, right. So that's my limestone. Can we get that built? Can I get that unbuilt? Can I get that built? All right. Next up is organic fertilizer. I need to have organic fertilizer come into this pipe, which then wraps around the back. So I need to have that plugged in. So we're going to go from... can I have that pipe, please? Okay, from here, yep, up to here at height. Oh, okay, fine. We'll go this side to go to height 5. Yep. And I'll go on top of the limestone to there, and then to here, and then organic fertilizer is literally right there. Okay. Can I plug into that pipe? Organic fertilizer, I always have too much, so that's never an issue. I don't need to put a balance or anything in there. That's just going to fill up straight away, which means you guys can start producing our fertilizer. Okay, as you can see, we're already fully buffered with fertilizer Mark 1 because I didn't bring in any organic fertilizer, so we just ran with the crappier recipe, and that's not connected. Beautiful job. Can I remove that to there? Okay, can I remove that part? And can I then have what am I looking for? I'm looking for that pipe right there. Can I just put a connector there? That's all I need. Okay, I need the connector actually walk into existence. No, it's that tile. Okay, it doesn't look like it's that tile. Oh, okay, you're one tile short now. Okay, cool. Can I have you go there? Okay, that's that. Okay, can I remove that and can I build that part? Alright, so organic fertilizer, click on that, it all highlights. Excellent. Alright. Next, I need to have a dump location for Fertilizer Mark 1. Okay, Fertilizer Mark 1 needs to, this one. Can we have you come height number 4? We're going to come here, here, here. This is the backup, so, you know, if for whatever reason I can't produce Fertilizer Mark 2, we're going to make Fertilizer Mark 1, which is going to come to here and then drop into the Mark 1 pipe. Great. Can I get that built? And then lastly, we have Euro Pipe 3, Euro Pipe 3, Euro Nano Pipe 3. We have you upgraded. And lastly, we have our, sorry, a Mark 3 pipe, please. We have our actual output being the Fertilizer Mark 2, which I want to come here. This maintenance output, 1 extra level. Gotta love infinite research. Can I have you come to here? And then to there, and then into. I don't think I can make that turn. I can't make that turn. Okay, can I have you go back 3 steps? Can I have that be built? And can I have the Mark 1 drop down just a little bit earlier, so the Mark 2 can drop down and into there. Perfect. All right, so that should be. Mark 1 can get dropped into the system. Mark 2 can also get dropped in the system. That we don't have any Mark 2 yet because I haven't filled up the sulfur box. And I've also overflowed of water. This is why the whole system's turned off. So I also need to get rid of the water. We have 80 on each side. That means I have a total of 160 water. Pipe Mark 2 is fine. And can I bring you out to, I guess, this one? Can we go to here at height number 5? 5. Okay, can I have you go to this corner? And then I need to, know where I need to go. I need to go there. Then I need to go here. Then I need to duck through to here and then jump through that hole between the other pipes. Yep. And go to height 4. Yeah, go to height 4. And then come through past that balance because that's actually a water in. Technically I could use that one. Yeah, technically we can use that one. Can I just dump that there? Okay. Euro Mark 2, which can have 160 water on it, which means this pipe needs to be bigger because it needs to carry the water up to here where it makes sure it stays buffered in this system before it leaves this system, which also means you would have to be Mark 3 out, which takes us to this point, which then means you need to be a Mark 3 as well. And then you need to be a Mark 3. And that gets us to here, which then gets us up to our farms, which also means, in theory, I can turn off that. Means we can use more water at the farms. All right, so with all that done, you guys, output is still full. Why is output still full? Okay, because that pipe's wrong, going backwards. That's why. Okay, so with that now fixed, you are outputting. Outputting. You're all outputting as well. Yes. Sour water is still mostly full. It's a Mark III pipe, which we're not going to quite fill all the way up. At least not on this little build. Oh, that's Mark II there. I had 288 coming in. I need you to go bigger. Okay, so that should be enough that we should be able to get all of the items out. I do need to make... no, I've already done that one. So you guys are going to output 9 sulfur. 9 times by 8 of them is 72 sulfur. So I'm guaranteed that this belt should fill up completely, and then I should have some overflow that can disappear into these guys, which we already have. No, don't have yet. A second now, and we can see we're burning off the extra ammonia because I have nowhere to dump the fertilizer Mark 1. Why? Because my farming system doesn't like Mark 1 fertilizer. It really likes Mark 2 fertilizer. And, well, on top of that, I'm pretty sure all the farms are... No, actually, they're not quite maxed out. Pipe 2, pipe 3. Okay, so can I make you go fast to start with? Euro pipe 3, which is down to here. Euro Mark 2, can I upgrade that? My problem is I've cut off some of the sour water for the minute because we're testing out a new system, which means I've also technically cut into the that's a tiny pipe 2. I've technically cut into the amount of fertilizer going up to the farms for just a minute because it hasn't been processed. It's just sitting in a tank or sitting in a pipes in a build that's not quite running properly. Okay, so that's Mark 3 all the way back to... Yeah. Okay, so you should now flow. Therefore, we should stop burning ammonia. But more importantly, I now have sulfur because this bucket's now full. And therefore, we should start producing the Mark 2 fertilizer. And the only other thing I need to do is I need to deal with the slag, which is... Can I get a loose? Can I get a tiny little belt? Can I bring a tiny little belt to... here? Here. And then can I come to height number 4, which should... Oh, okay. Can we get it 3 for a minute and then duck... Okay, 2 for a minute. 2 for a minute, duck under the water, and then should be able to come up to height number 4. No, and we're going to have to stay at 3. I have to stay at 3, because I need to bring this to here and onto our slag belts. Cool. So if and when you overflow and we have too much sulfur and nothing to do with it, then you can swap across to this recipe. Well, if I have not enough fertilizer 1, that's going to be the condition. When I have not enough fertilizer 1, you'll then swap across to this recipe. The only way that's going to happen is if I start to back up the fertilizer, then I'm not going to produce enough fertilizer. I'm not going to produce enough. If I back up on sulfur, then the system starts to shut down. Because the system starts to shut down, we're going to stop producing enough fertilizer Mark 1, which means this one's going to run dry for half a second, and therefore you will then produce the slag recipe just a few times, just to empty out the extra sulfur from the system, providing the bucket's not being emptied, and that sulfur is going to go straight on that belt and get exported. But with all that said and done, that's today's little build. If you're interested, the build is going to be available to Patreon members, just a single blueprint. You can put it down. Otherwise, you can follow along and go back to the start of the video and watch the second time. I do appreciate the watch time. And this is also going to produce us another 160 clean water. And honestly, for right now, what I actually want to do is I want to prioritize the other system, because the other system has all the sulfur combined and fed directly into acid without any complications. This system is designed to be self-standing and standalone, and you just dump this down wherever you need to then produce yourself a whole lot of extra fertilizer. Our copper supply is maxed out, and that is because I don't know. I might need to go look into the stats, seeing if we are actually producing enough copper. Because I've sort of done everything I can. All right. Household goods is running out, and that I'm willing to bet is going to be tied to steel. Can I look at this? And steel, yeah, steel is not doing well. Yep, steel's not doing well, and that's going to have to lead us in the next episode where we look at where we're spending steel and what place we'd not be spending steel. Plastic is, I think, okay. I think it's lying to me, but I can always enable another plastic machine, so we're not worried about that. Vehicle parts 3, they've been maxed out because we're not using them. Electronics 2, now we have some of the box, so we're actually catching up slowly. And limestone sorter is full of rock, but we're processing 900 per minute, which is fine. and we're just dumping that in the sea. And speaking of dumping in the sea, things in the sea, sand mine's partially done. You are filled in with dirt, which means I have lots of vehicles being not happy with me, which means I need to find a new location for me to dump dirt, which also means I need to leave this video right here. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. Do hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you in the very next episode where we move on to deal with, well, our iron shortage and also our exhaust, because those pipes are very, very full. And if everything was running perfectly, they'd be super full. And you keep venting exhaust. So I want to fix all those problems. But they're going to have to wait for the very next episode. As I said, as always, thank you for watching. Hope you've enjoyed. See you in the very next video. Bye.